Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. We are honored to have the Green Men in our midst, and I don't know where to look.
Well, Fiona, you just got Sharon stoned by Sully.
I did.
Yeah,
Thanks, Sully.
Which was, if you are unfamiliar with that, if you're not. The Green Men joining us, Sully and Force. Gentlemen, how are you?
Very good. How are you guys?
Are you enjoying, Sully, the Canucks obviously enjoying a few days off from the playoff pressure. Are you guys enjoying a few days off from playoff pressure?
It's been a nice break. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, we've been going, we're doing a lot of interviews, doing press row at the Super Bowl sort of thing. And so we've been constantly moving around, so not a lot of time to take a break, but it's been nice to, give the limbs a rest for a little while.
Now, we're going to find out who...
All that limb work.
Well, there's handstands involved sometimes, but we're going to find out who the Canucks are up against, I guess, tonight, right?
Yeah.
Who would you guys prefer, Detroit or San Jose? Force?
We've actually had differing opinions on this. I would prefer San Jose. Again, there's props circulating in my head right now involving the San Jose Sharks.
You know what? I honestly thought you were going to say because of travel, and they're the same time zone. But I forgot with the Green Men.
It's selfish reasons on my part.
What are the best props?
Oh, we keep those on the DL. We unveil them very last minute. Usually involves a quick run to the thrift store, 30 minutes before the game.
Store, yeah.
But no, and also, the San Jose's never won a cup. They're notorious for choking. They might tonight. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm a little bit worried about Detroit.
And Sully, you want Detroit?
Well, I just think we match up a little better against Detroit. I mean, this guy's selfish. That's cool. That's cool. But no, I think Detroit's pretty banged up, and I know they're a little hot right now. Obviously, they went 3 straight, but we always play better against the Wings. It seems we always kind of choke a little bit against San Jose.
And when it comes to props, I mean, does Detroit offer some things there as well? Are you
couple.
excited for that prospect?
There's a couple things for Detroit, absolutely.
Okay, we're going to look at some footage of you guys. Of course, your moves have become a little legendary. And Sully, you are the said handstander. But those have been banned now, is that right?
Yeah.
No more touching the glass? What's going on?
Can't touch the glass and no more handstands. I was actually told it was kind of a thin line. He's like, you know what? Maybe you can do a handstand, but you can't touch the glass. So I could do one, I think, if Force holds my legs, but that might be kind of weird.
That would be really awkward.
It's already weird as it is.
you don't want it to get that next level, Inception weird.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird inside the weird.
Now, of course, we kicked Chicago's butt, and Vince Vaughn is and was their biggest fan. And you guys had a little bit of a run-in with Vince Vaughn. What happened?
Yeah, it was. Well, we brought up the Vince Vaughn poster this year, but last year was the kind of Vince Vaughn run-in when we officially determined he hates us.
Yeah.
And we brought up, that was when we originally launched the Vince Vaughn poster. And there it is, yeah. And during one of the penalties, we put up the poster, the crowd went wild. We had some gentleman run down from the stands during a TV timeout. He's like, I'm from Calgary, I'm Vince Vaughn's wife's friend. I've just got off the phone with Vince, he's angry, he wants that sign gone. I'll give you $200 for it. We're like, no, we like the sign. We'll give it to you at the end of the game if you want. Put it up again. 2 minutes later, he runs down. He's like, no, Vince is actually really angry. I'll give you $250. That sign has to go.
$250.
So he upped it a whole $50.
Vince, buddy, come on, man.
This is Vince Vaughn. So so we sold him a sign. He didn't know that we actually had a backup, which we had to bring out this year. So.
I love you guys even more
now. So you
now.
got your $250. You put it somewhere in your green outfits and continued on.
So my future in any Hollywood Vince Vaughn movies is over, but I'm not too worried because they're not going so well anyway.
Sully, the Nashville series, something happened within that series, and I would like to credit Glenn Healy with this, because he said a couple things on the Hockey Night in Canada broadcast, and things went a little crazy after that for you guys. Have you talked to Glenn Healy? Have you had an interaction with him at all? Why does he hate you?
Yeah, well, little known story, actually not known at all. This is an Urban Rush exclusive coming at you.
Dun, dun, dun.
We get a banner on the screen.
We'll make one in arts and crafts. We'll run to the thrift shop.
I like that. Okay, so we went down to the games in Nashville, of course. This is soon after he made those comments. And we ran into Glenn down there out of suit, and there was just a complete 180. I was like, oh, no, I love these green guys. And then he even went on after we did the Scott Oak interview. It was halfway through the game there.
Yeah.
And he had a 180 down between the glass there, too. He was like, oh, no, I love the green guys. It's not me. It's the Predators. And
yeah.
I was like, well, you kind of threw us under the bus a little.
You know what? Right there, that's Glenn Healy in a nutshell, isn't it? I mean, he's just...
Well, I don't mind Glenn. Not throwing it on Glenn. Not loving those comments.
Well, you won him over, but forced Don Cherry, still not convinced that the green guys are where it should be. And from a man who has fashion sense like Don Cherry, I would expect that he would have loved you guys.
Well, that's it. I think he was jealous of our suits.
Right.
Yeah,
So
man.
you know what I mean? But yeah, to quote him, you guys are being jerks. So, you know, and then Ron McLean had our back saying, don't be mean, stay green. So, you know, CBC loves us at this point. But
Now, Sully, what has it been like for you guys? Because I was at the game, unfortunately, last Saturday when we didn't win. But I was watching you guys between periods and during the commercial breaks. People just love you. And it is amazing how you have become the favorites of the Canucks fans. What is it like?
It's getting crazier as the days go on, sort of thing. I mean, when we first started, it was pretty nuts. People were like, "Hey, those guys look weird. Let's get photos." Yeah. But now we're almost like a brand. I mean, I don't sound arrogant at all, but when we're at the games, people
No, you
are
are.
like, "Oh, it's a Green Man," and then so people run up all the time. And last week before the game, there was a Save the Green Men rally outside Rogers Arena. Somebody set it up. It was awesome. And so we went in there and we took probably like 200 or 300 photos within 10, 15 minutes. And then we went inside. I mean, we probably usually take between 400 or 500, 600 photos a game.
Well, I was going to ask how long it takes you guys to actually leave the stadium after a game that you guys attend.
if the Canucks win, it's a hard time, not only because we can't see, we're trying to get up the stairs. And you know what, we'll take, it's all, for us, it's all about the fans, right? That's what it's always been about. So we'll take as many photos as they allow. And usually that's after like 100 photos, security wants to go home. So they kind of give us a nice little shove towards the door. They're good about it. But,
you know, I don't think I've ever asked, or I don't know the sort of genesis of this whole thing for you guys. I mean, what the hell prompts a man to dress up in green lycra?
Are you a fan of beer?
Yes. Yes. I love beer. That's what forced it.
Yeah, no, we were chatting one night, and there's a show in the States called Always Sunny in Philadelphia. A guy drops acid at a football game, gets in the green suit. We leave the acid at home. And by at home, we never touched it before. But, you know,
Hi, Mom!
Yeah.
Hi, Green Mom!
Hey. But, yeah, no, and we wanted to get the suits for a football game. Sully's suit didn't arrive in the mail in time, so we're like, yeah, let's try a Canuck game out.
Awesome.
This is supposed to be a one-time thing. We want to get on the Jumbotron. They were like, that would
And
be
look
cool.
at you now. Now, fellas, I have said that I will wear a Green Man suit in solidarity when we, not if, but when we win the Cup. So do you guys have an extra?
We may have an extra.
Right.
Would it fit someone of Miss Forbes'
Careful.
This is dangerous territory.
Yes.
It's lycra. It stretches.
Where would
no.
On
So-
Fiona, where would it stretch?
Stop it. Listen, Eckford.
If you could pick a spot.
Now, you guys, thanks so much for coming today. If people want to follow you on Facebook, Twitter, you guys are
We're all over it.
all over it. If people want to send you money, we want to say that you guys only have one sponsor, and it's the people who gave you one suit.
If you
But
want
the suit is excellent.
It is
the suit
excellent.
is excellent.
Sully, what's it made of again?
It's 70% lycra, 30% magic.
I know
Yes,
where,
it is, and
I
I'll
know
tell
where
you-
the 30% magic is.
Thanks so much,
Thank you.
guys.
Thanks,
We are
guys.
going to take a quick break.